Okay, everybody, I wanted to make this video. It's been a while since this incident took place, but was brought to my attention here recently because I was cleaning out my drawer and I was getting rid of some of the paperwork that I have been kind of pushing around in my desk drawer. But I want to tell you my story of what happened to me and why I believe you should never use small claims. Go to take a small claims use the small claims court for a personal injury case against an insurance company. I believe you're going to get screwed, and this is what happened to me. I was in a minor incident a couple of years ago, and what happened is the guy backed into me, and when he backed into me, he hit me pretty hard, and he immediately accepted responsibility, jumped out of the car, and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I hit you. Here's my information," and all that good stuff. And luckily enough, he had insurance. The insurance company was Infinity. The insurance company paid the claim on the car, which was fine. But when I called the insurance company up the very next day, actually, I think I called them up, yeah, the very next day, they actually wanted me to go see a doctor. So go see a doctor. I already seen a doctor that night because I had a sore neck and I got hit pretty hard. So I went and saw a doctor that night. And when I talked to the representative from Infinity, they said, "Yeah, go see a doctor. Make sure you're okay." So I went to see a doctor, and of course, the doctor referred me. I went to the emergency care, and then the doctor referred me to another doctor who referred me to a chiropractor. And after all this, I had a little bit of medical expenses. I think it ran to a few $1,000s. Nothing big, minor expenses, but enough to where I didn't want to pay it, and I wanted to have the insurance company pay it. So I asked the insurance company to pay for the expenses, and they wouldn't do it. They denied the claim. So I went to a couple personal injury attorneys. And the problem with personal injury attorneys, if it's not a big enough case, they don't want to get involved. If it's under $5,000, they generally just pass, and they don't want to get involved. Although there's a few of them out there that are not, they're probably trying to get business, so they will take the case. As in hindsight, that's what I should have done. I should have gone to one of the attorneys that would take the case and allowed that person to take the case. But anyway, I proceeded thinking I was going to get justice in the small claims court. So I took the case to the small claims court. And this was my judge. Her name was Kelly Dowlan. She's a Sandy. I think she's a commissioner. I don't even know what her, how the commissioner thing works. I don't even know. I don't know what the difference between a judge and a commissioner is. But anyway, that was the commissioner. So she listened to the case, and she ruled against me, which was interesting to me because the whole time we went to the case, the whole time I represented myself, and the other guy showed up, and he did not represent himself. Actually, the insurance company represented him. Infinity showed up, and their representative represented him, and I thought that was odd. And then when I got home, I called somebody that gives free legal advice, and they go, "Yeah," he goes, "In small claims court, there's a couple statutes that." You says that the person should represent themselves and you should represent yourself, and there shouldn't be huge companies, with representatives that maybe show up in court every day to do this, representing you in people's court, the people's court. Personal injury is, in the people's court, the small claims court, not the big corporate courts where they already control it, but this is the people's court. They should not be able to do that. So I wrote her an appeal to Miss Dowlan, and here's the appeal that I wrote. I'll show it to you real quick. It was a fairly lengthy appeal. We went through all of. I was given a little bit of help from the people at the legal help place. And in this case, the wrong law was applied. This is the statute. Nothing in this article should prevent a representative of an insurance company or other experts in the matter before the small claims court from rendering assistance to a party in the litigation, except during the context of the hearing, either before or after the commencement of the action, unless otherwise prohibited by law. Nor shall anything in this article prevent those individuals from testifying to the facts which had personal knowledge and of which they are competent to testify. So kind of what goes on here is, unless they have personal knowledge of the accident, they can't testify. So they would have actually had to see the accident, had some sort of personal understanding. Maybe they were there, they could, or maybe they talked to me right after. They had some personal knowledge. They had none. They just showed up and totally represented this guy. He basically got his name out, and everything else they took care of. So they totally she did not apply the law, didn't care to apply the law, and didn't even care to, he just sent back, didn't even say any reason why she ruled the way she did. All she did is said, Plaintiff is owed nothing. Now, the reason I think you get screwed in small claims court, if you're the party bringing the case, you can't appeal it in small claims court. So you're basically, your claim is gone. So if you get somebody like that I have that was, whatever, allows an insurance company to present the case, rules totally in the insurance company's favor, and then doesn't give you a chance to even have a recourse. And the only way I could appeal this case is to go back and said she misstated the law, which I said she did, because she allowed the other party to participate, basically have this guy have representation when I didn't have representation. And in the people's court, a small claims court, you shouldn't have representation. So in the end of the deal, and it's been a while ago, it's already long since gone. I think it was happening in 2015. But you get judges like this who are pro-insurance company, and they don't care to even write anything back on an appeal. And I knew I was screwed in the appeal when I took it down and I had all my information. I had the appeal. I had the CD of the whole the replay of the court, because when they did the court the first time, they taped it and it was on a CD. I bought the tape. I put it all in there. I gave it to him. And when the lady told me at the counter that she would be the one that would hear the appeal, I knew I was fucked. I knew I was fucked. There's nothing I wanted to get out of this case, because she heard the case, gave me nothing, and then she heard the appeal and she gave me nothing, and I can't even appeal that. So basically, when you go to small claims court in San Diego, North County, and you get a judge that's anti-insurance, that's pro-insurance and anti-people, you're going to get screwed. And that's what happened to me. I got screwed in that thing. And that's what it's about. I would tell you that if you had the same incident happen to you, do not use small claims court. Go directly to an attorney that will be able to represent you, even if the attorney wants to take a bigger cut of the case, or the attorney wants to, whatever you can work out with the attorney. Do not let it go to small claims. Small claims courts will, if it happens to you like it happened to me, you will get nothing for it. And I mean, not a few $1,000s. And I had a chiropractic care bill, and a bill with the with urgent care and all that stuff, and it all just got forgotten, because this judge just said, hell with you, I don't really care. Whatever happened, the guy admits that he hit you. You're in a car. There's obviously an accident, and fuck you. You get nothing. So anyway, that's what happened. I would never recommend going to small claims court. I think small claims court's a rip-off. So if you can't appeal your case, if you lose, then what do you got? And if you can't have another judge look at the judges, if one judge makes a rendering, and you find that, if you want to go to the trouble to appeal it, there should be somebody else that looks at it, not just the same judge. That's another bogus part of this whole system. So anyway, good luck to you. Don't ever do that. I made a mistake. I lost out. I should have gotten back to at least my medical expenses. I didn't get that. And I should have at least gotten that, and I got nothing. Zero for this. Guy hits you in a parking lot, admits to doing it. There was over $2,500 worth of damages to my car. The insurance company pays it, but they give me nothing on the injury. So anyway, thanks a lot and good luck.